move this out of the way. I walk and talk. I was a running coach for an organization called Back on My Feet. We ran with people who live in homeless shelters, and we met at 5:30 a.m., no matter the weather. You know when you're out running or you're out in the cold and your fingers get so cold that they're sore, and then you hit some like warm weather or warm air and they start to burn? That was me after every cold morning run. I could never find the perfect mitten or glove that kept both my fingers and my thumbs warm. So you know what I did? I invented one. WhitePaws RunMitts is a patented, thumbless, convertible mitten designed for outdoor sports enthusiasts. Because our temperatures fluctuate, you start with the mitten all on, you flip the top to cool off, but unlike traditional mittens and gloves, you can push WhitePaws RunMitts down to your wrists, so you don't have to worry about taking them off. And like yesterday when we were out orienteering, can you imagine if it had been cold and we dropped one a mile back? Holy crap. Companies like Nike, Brooks, Under Armour, Lululemon, all of them, they all make a mitten or glove, but it's our patented design that sets us apart from the competition. WhitePaws RunMitts have always been manufactured here in the US. I strongly believe in trade jobs. I want to develop and keep manufacturing jobs here on shore. As a licensed hairstylist, my first company was a salon that I owned for over 27 years. So I believe the trade jobs can lead you to entrepreneurship. We also source our fabrics from US companies like Polartec and Top Value Fabrics. I started WhitePaws RunMitts in 2016, and I've seen a steady growth of like 30 to 50%. And over that time, we've sold about $350,000, and that's with me just being a solo entrepreneur. WhitePaws RunMitts should generate that much this year. I forgot my notes. In 2020, due to the pandemic, I was able to pivot and I developed a face mask. It was called face mitts. Face mitts hit the market before most sportswear companies even realized that there was a problem. So our face mitts sold worldwide. It gave us huge brand awareness so that in 2021, I was approached by REI to sell our mittens in the stores. We started off with 4 stores, but the mittens kept selling out. So in 2022, we're going to 80 stores. Of course I forgot. I was like, what's my next point? Sorry. I forgot. I'm gonna grab my notes real quick. My pitch is only 5 minutes, so I got time. I just want to make sure. Okay, yeah. So 23% of our revenue comes from direct to consumer, from race expos, holiday pop-ups, our newly designed website. And this year, I partnered with a friend who's an artist to develop a print. In Maryland, we love our flag. We love our flag. We love our flag more than we love Old Bay. And if you're from Maryland, you know about Old Bay. So this is the print that we came up with. It's the Maryland flag with a little bit of edge from Baltimore and a little bit of the culture. So this is, and I'm hoping that things like this, I can collaborate with more artists to come up with more prints. 77% of our revenue comes from B2B with our partners like REI and a store back at home called Charm City Run. Our margins range from 45 to 72%. Our MSRPs are $35 and $40, and for the prints, they'll be a little bit more. In 2020, according to Outdoor Retail Magazine, WhitePaws RunMitts was one of only 2 Black-owned outdoor gear companies in the US. Can you believe that? It's only 2 of us. I couldn't believe that. But I'm hoping that, me being in the industry and having success, that more people, more minorities will jump into the outdoor sports industry. So I was probably one of the first customers of Title Nine catalog. I'm at that age. And I got the catalog and I would like look through it and I'd read all the bios and I'd be like, oh my gosh, she's so cool. Oh, I want to do that. I want to do that. Oh, I want to do that. But I grew up in a time when sports just wasn't highlighted for girls. I danced. We had to even campaign just to get sports in our high school. We had gymnastics, and by the time I was like a senior, they had track. And I think somebody's mom made the uniforms. So I always wanted to be a part of Title Nine because I always wanted to be one of those models because I know that they use their friends and family and stuff. And I was like, I could do that. So to just be a part of this has been a dream come true. So if nothing else comes of it, this has been just, I can pat myself on the back and be like, I met Missy, I'm excited. So, but to conclude, I want WhitePaws RunMitts to be the go-to mitten for outdoor sports and comfort. So, who wants to run warm with WhitePaws RunMitts? Thank you. Oh, I have judges. I forgot I have judges I have to answer to.
I'll start. So,
Hi.
Maryland,
Yeah.
Baltimore,
Ha-ha.
cracking crab.
Here, I'll let you see. That's our wind and water resistant fabric.
Okay, awesome. Well, I have a couple of questions,
Okay.
and they're all very different, so
Okay.
we'll just start with that. So, what inspired the name?
So I really wanted it to just be RunMitts, but I couldn't get a trademark on that. So I have a Schnauzer. I'm Schnoodle. She's little Daisy. She's the mascot. You can see her like up here. And she has white paws. Aww. And your hands kind of look like a paw when the mitten's on.
I love that. Okay, so that takes me to the next question. Storytelling. Like, you have such a great voice and energy, and I hear so many little stories in there. Like, are you expanding on that anywhere, like on your website or when you talk to customers?
Yes, I do. I tell, because people ask all the time and they want to know. And I think that's like when people talk about my growth, I think that like the growth of the company is because I talk to people now and I tell them the story and I try to be as authentic as I can be and I try to be as friendly and nice. And I think that that brings people back to the company because they feel like I can be a friend with her. So they want to support.
Yeah, I think you should share more about, working with the homeless and doing like the runs and, being a Black-owned business. And in the space, I know that you're less than 1% because I'm less than 1% doing what I do in that space, and being woman-owned. So I want you to expand on that and talk more about that in copy in your marketing.
Okay.
And then do you have like a package of the mitt and for your face and your hand? Like, do you have like a kit, a bundle?
I used to, but because most people, the face mitts were for a time. I do more gator. Now what I do is I do gaiters and a combination of gaiters and the mittens. So that's what we do. Because the face mitts were for a time. I'm not selling them too much anymore, but I still love a gaiter in the winter. And they're lightweight. I can pull this. This is the same fabric. It's just a stretch weight what do you call it? Sportswear fabric. But it's very stretchy, so it fits any face.
I was picturing this.
Huh. No, that's too hot for your face. I'm sorry. The fleece is just too hot. And even around your neck, it's just too hot. You want something that's a little, just to get some of that wind away from it. Trust me, you wouldn't want that.
Who are your competitors and why are WhitePaws better than another mitt that I can put on?
Everybody has a mitten. The basic difference between our mittens and other mittens is the thumb. And when you're out running, and that was my first demographics was runners. And I would get in the car or something and my thumb would be so numb so that you couldn't, and I would have regular mittens. I mean, I tried every kind of mitten you can think of, but my thumb would still be cold. But with this, it's like it keeps all your fingers together, so it generates a whole lot more warmth. But I've also branched out into other like golfers and hikers and people. I have kids who play soccer who are like, when they're on the sidelines, they're wearing the mittens, but as soon as they go on the field, they push them down. So that's the difference between us and the competition. Yeah, and the thumb, the thumb part is the part that's the different from everybody else.
Been challenging for you to convince people that there is a better mitten or that there is a problem with the current solutions?
Men. Sorry guys, yeah, men. Women, once they get a hold of them, they love them. And once men that do wear them get them, they love them. But it's men. And most of the time when I tell people, like I have a lot of clients who have Reynards, so they love them. I mean, I have people who work in like cold offices who use them. It's like I've been surprised at how many people use it for different things other than just running.
Got it. And how has your storytelling evolved since 2016 as you're trying to convince people who maybe aren't at a race expo and can't, try it on? I mean, for me, I was like, what problem are we solving? And as soon as you demonstrated it, some light bulbs went off, but you're not always going to have the opportunity to do that face to face.
I think I try to do it I'm very organic. And again, it's just me. So I try to show the product on pictures. It's on the website with different ways that it's like 1, 2, 3, the different properties of it. But I'm very organic. It's like, whatever. I would love to be that person that says, oh, I do this. I'm like, I do what I have to do, whatever I can to make people come and get the mittens. And this year, I think it's grown over the years. I have so many runner friends, and by going to expos, they tell a friend and they tell a friend and another one tells a friend. And I also do a lot of user content reposts. And I think people love that. Like if I repost a picture of you, people love to have their picture reposted on my site.
Oh, I'll ask real quick. I'm curious about other fabrics, first of all, and then also curious how you're financing your inventory.
So I have been bootstrapping it since the beginning. This year was my first time that I actually needed to get a loan. And there is a really great organization at home that gave me a low interest loan. I didn't need that much money, but everything else, it's like I started it with my money and then just reinvested it. And like last year was the first year I was able to pay myself. So, yeah. Sally. Sorry, I guess. Hi, Sally.
Hi. I love your product, and it's so cool to see you out here on the West Coast.
Yeah.
So as a person that's been with a brand where we have sometimes fussy customers, we call it the passion, and sometimes they will, write in with all kinds of like little, things. Sometimes like a thread's loose, and you're like, oh, goodness, get over it. Yeah. But one little detail I noticed on here was just, have you had any issues with the logo peeling off on the fleece? And have you thought about any other applications?
I have, and we tried just different things, but because it's fleece, sometimes some of it, when we've tried to get like other things, it's burned the fleece. So it's hard to find something that will stick other than like, I think the next iteration will probably be embroidery.
Embroidery, yeah.
Yeah, because it's like the heat seals. Financially, it's economical right now, and I feel like there's things, and I think once it starts peeling off, I'm just like, They bought it. They know me. They know what it is. They tell everybody who it is.
Well, watch out for the fussy customers.
Yeah.
You know, because
I
they'll
do
grow
get
in
them,
numbers.
yeah, but they're,
Heat sealed, price is right.
huh? Yeah.
Looks great. Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Great presentation. And I want to see you in a Title Nine catalog in 2023. Let's make it happen.